Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, Shoach World.
All right, welcome to Shoach World Gamers. Josh here, and welcome back to the channel, where today, as you can see, we're jumping into Emio, the Smiling Man, Famicom Detective Club. And this is the first new game in the Famicom Detective Club series in over 27 years. And pretty excited to get my hands on it. I'm not the biggest fan of these games, so it was kind of a game that I was kind of looking past. And a lot of people have told me that to give it a shot. I'm usually don't play like the visual novel style games, but I was told there's a little bit more to it than that. So I thought, hey, they released a demo. Let's jump in. Let's see what this game has to offer. We'll see if it surprises me. This is the fourth game in the Famicom Detective Club series, but you don't have to play the previous ones to play this one. It's a standalone story. So before we jump in, do me a quick favor. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And if you're enjoying the video, hit that like button. And let's check out Emio, the Smiling Man. All right, here we go. All names, characters, businesses, places, events, and incidents in this game are fictitious. Any resemblance to actual person, place, or events is an accident, basically. It was a nice day. The kind of day where you, and this is going slow, want to take a deep breath and savor the moment.
先生、おはようございます。
Good morning, Mr. Utsagi.
僕は自分の仕事場である宇津木探偵事務所の扉を開けた。
I'm ready for my workday at the Utsagi Detective Agency, and this is me. I am going to be a detective, apparently.
いや、おはよ
And this must be Utsugi. Ah, good morning.
今朝はいい天気ですね。あ、そうだ。せっかくなので掃除でもしましょうか。
Good morning. Nice weather, isn't it? Maybe we should tidy up, open a window. Let's see if we can. All right, let's see if we can speed up. Go to normal. Oops. See if that helps. Game menu, force skip, select options, control pad. Oh, I do have a cursor we can move around. Confirm, cancel, open text log. All right, well, let's keep going. Good morning. Nice weather, isn't it? Maybe we should tidy up, open a window.
先生からいいねという反応をもらい、窓を
He
開け
didn't
た瞬
object,
間
so I went to open the window. That's when... Oh, we got a phone call.
う。はい。宇津木探偵事務所です。
Utsugi Detective Agency. Utsugi speaking. How can I help you?
はい。
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Is
わか
that
りまし
right?
た。
I understand.
今から
I'll
向か
be
い
right there.
先生、何かあ
What's
ったん
going
です
on?
か？
Who was that?
鎌さんから応援の依
That
頼が
was
入ったんだ。
Kameda requesting our services. I'm
ちょ
heading
うど
to
い
the
い。
scene, and you're
君も
coming
一緒
with
に行
me.
こ
All right.
そうだ警部から。
Inspector
わ
Kameda
かりまし
called
た。
us? Yes, sir. Prologue. A face. Ooh. Scene of the crime.
僕たちが到着した現場は
Mr. Utsagi drove us to the drainage pump station in
排水ポンプ
Kofuku
場
City.
宇津木探偵事務所の方です
You're
ね。
from the Utsugi
ご苦労様です
Detective Agency, right? Glad you could make it.
お疲れ様です。
Of course. Ask, listen, think, save.
何があったんですか？
What's the situation?
ここで遺体が見つかったんだ。
It's a body, I'm
今
afraid.
朝
Got an anonymous tip this morning. Let's think, I guess.
先
Where's
生は
Mr. Utsagi? I could use some help with this guy. Call Mr. Utsugi. Mr. Utsugi is over there talking to the police. Let's just listen to what people have to say for now. All right. So we will save. The victim was young. I'd say middle school. You never get used to this kind of thing. The victim was strangled, so asphyxiation.
とにかく話を
Let's listen for now. Our best guess right now is around 9 o'clock last night. He's wearing a school uniform, local junior high. Beyond that, we don't have a confirmed ID yet. Our observations so far. Let me think about that.
とにかく話を
Yep, let's listen for now. We did all these. Let's try calling Mitsuratsuki again.
他の警官と
He's
話してい
talking
る
to another. Let's not interrupt him. Okay. So it's just like we got to figure out what to ask to get beyond here. The victim could have been strangled with a rope or a cord, some kind of string. I'm sorry, but that's all the info I have about that. Oh, but there was another observation. All right, so let's go to the observations.
あのことって
Oh, what is it? Well, it's not every day you find a body, let alone one that looks like this.
異様な様子
Like what? I get chills just thinking about it. Never seen anything like it before. So, I don't think I can describe it. You might just have to see for yourself. Wonder what's behind those trees. There's a lot of trash here. Some of the stuff doesn't even seem like it's broken. That bike is in pretty good shape. I wonder if it's still rideable. It's labeled Sasaki. Maybe it belonged to someone named Sasaki. Let's look and examine victim.
その被害者の遺体を
Will you take me to see the victim? I shouldn't have said anything. Do you have the right kind of clearance for that? I might need to check with someone. Okay. On the other hand, I hate to bug them. You've done this before, right?
いいんですかあり
You're
がとうご
letting
ざい
me?
ます
Thanks. I appreciate your help. Just, don't touch anything or anything like that.
そこを離れなさい
Hey, what are you doing? Huh?
やじ馬を止めもしない
This
で
is an active crime
どう
scene
なってるのこ
officer.
の現場は
Your job is to keep the looky-loos out. No, you don't understand. Detective Kuz, this guy is supposed to be here.
自分でご
I'll
挨拶
explain.
します
Hi, my name's...
待ってそっ
Hold
ちで
that
話しましょ
thought. Let's find somewhere else to talk.
うで誰なの
All right. What did you say your name was? Please enter your first name. All right. That works. Oh, we gotta enter our last name too. Choj. Bro. Hey, and if you're new to the channel, Shoj World, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But are you happy with this name, Shoj World? I think it will work.
僕
My name's
次
Shoj
探偵事
World.
務所の
I'm here with Utsugi Detective Agency.
探偵
Wait, you're a PI?
その探
Who
偵
hired you? Well,
あの
so,
こっちが聞いてるの。
it sounds like you're about to ask me a question, but you still haven't answered mine.
キョロキョロしてないで。
If you want to investigate, you're going to have to answer my question first.
聞いてるの？
Sorry, you're not getting out of this that easy. Answer the question.
刑事さん、
This detective seems pretty
僕
tense.
が出しゃばってるのが
I get the sense she's not happy about us being called in. Well,
聞いてるの？
sorry, you're not getting out of that easy. Answer the question.
"今はこちらの質問に答えなさい。
Dang, she will not give up. Let's see.
聞いてるの？
Well,
女性刑事だ。
this must be Detective Coos. Seems like she takes crime scene security pretty seriously. Wow.
クゼ君、
Ah,
ご苦労
Coos.
様。
I see you've already met our friend here.
あ鎌田警
Oh,
部
Inspector
お邪魔してい
Kameda.
ます
Good to see you.
彼はわしが呼んだん
You
じゃ。
don't mind a little outside help on this one, do you?
こちらは私立探
This is
偵の
Mr.
宇津木さん
Itsagi,
じゃ。
private detective, and this is his
宇津木さん
assistant,
の助手なんじゃ。
Shochworld. But, sir,
宇津木さんとは古い
Utsugi
付き合い
and
だ
I
な。
go way
ちょっと
back,
思うところが
don't
あ
we?
って。
It's just a shame we're reconnecting over such unpleasant business.
はじめまして。
It's a pleasure to meet you, Detective Coos.
お仕事の邪魔をして申し
Or
訳ありま
Kuze.
せん。
I'm sorry to interrupt your good work here.
どうも、クゼです。
That's okay. It's nice to meet you too.
失礼ですが、
You know,
どこか
it's
で
the
お目にか
strangest
かりませ
thing,
ん
but
で
I
した
feel like we've met before.
いえ、
Hmm,
私立
I
探偵
don't
に
think
知り合い
so.
はおりま
I
せ
haven't
ん。
worked with any PIs
鎌田警
before.
部、
In any
私は
case,
現場に
I
戻り
need
ま
to
す。
get back to the scene. Inspector
失礼します。
Kameda, if you would excuse me. Sheesh.
まだ中学
Ah,
生
the poor kid was just in middle school. You hate to see it.
驚いたじゃ。
He's surprisingly strict, no? Ah, but don't take it personally,
ク
world.
ゼ君は優秀
Coos
な
is the
のじゃが
best we've got,
少し
but she can be hard on the
真面目
others
すぎる
herself, too.
申し訳ない。気を
Hope
悪く
she
せん
didn't rub you the wrong way, kid.
いえ
No,
僕
sir,
なら
this is a
大丈夫
tough
です
situation. I get it.
神
Kami, you're late. What's that? Here we go again. Hmm.
先生とは
I
事
can
務
talk
所
to
に戻って
Mitsuka
くだ
back
さ
at
い。
the office. Alright. The fence. Illegally dumped garbage.
不法投棄
It
ゴミ
looks
が
like the officers
手がかりを
are
見つけ
sifting
出そ
for
うとしているよう
clues in that garbage.
何を考えて
What are
不
the
法投棄なん
people
ですか
thinking dumping their garbage here?
何々
Sign says illegal dumping is punishable by up to 5 years in prison or a fine of 10 million yen, and yet people still dump there. Huh?
何を考えて不
What
法
are
投棄
people
なんです
thinking
か
dumping their garbage here? All right. It's a weeds.
この辺りの草
It
が
doesn't look like anyone has walked on the grass there.
何の変哲もない
Nothing there, just the ground.
この辺りの
It
草
doesn't
が
look like anybody walked on the grass there either. Alright, so let's go back. Think
ま
for
た
a
始ま
second.
った
He's saying, here we go again. Now I hear a woman's voice getting louder.
久世刑事は
It's like Detective Kuze stepped away. Who's that?
すみません先輩
Sorry I'm
昨日
late,
ちょっと
partner. The
用事
traffic
で
was
遅
bad
く
and
な
I
っ
forgot my
て
briefcase, so I had to go back
言い
and...
訳はいいの
Have you been
どうせ
drinking?
また飲みすぎたとかな
You
んで
might
し
be
ょ
able to pull this with
大
another
体あんた
partner,
はい
but
つも
not me.
勘弁してく
Oh,
ださい
come
よ
on, give me a break. She's really ripping into him.
やれやれ
Looks like he stepped in it again.
いつものことなんじゃ
Sorry about that, kid. Nothing to do with you.
あの男の刑
I'm
事さん
feeling a bit sorry for the other detective.
すまんがそれは
Sorry,
無理な
kid. That's out of the
話
question at the moment. So we can't go look at the victim.
そういえば
Didn't the first offer I spoke to say that the victim looked strange?
しかし今
It's
日の
not
世間は
Kuzuki's
や
fault,
けに厳
but
し
she
い
sure
の
does seem off today. Tread lightly. Man, Detective Kusei is not taking it easy on that other detective. Right.
今呼んだら僕まで怒られそうだ
She might yell at me if I bug her. It's probably a definite.
先生とは
Right.
被害者は
Well, I heard that the state of this victim is slightly disturbing.
あその通りじ
You
ゃ
could say that.
だから
That's part of the reason I've called Mr. Utsugi. Huh?
どういうことなん
What
だ
would you have to do with Mr. Utsugi?
どんな様子か気
Anyway,
になる
I'm sure you'd like to get your eyes on him, and I'd take you right over, but I'm afraid that forensics is examining the body right now. It's been transferred. And, well, not sure Detective Kusei would allow you to get a look. Good old Kusei. Following police procedures to a T.
確かにそうです
Yeah,
でもま
but
あ
look, here's what I could share with you.
これが
Alright, here we go. This is how he looked when we found
仏さ
him.
んの姿な
Now
ん
he's
じ
showing
ゃ
us pictures. Oh,
とりあえず我々は引き上
let's
げよ
wrap this up for now. You good with that, Shoj?
はい先生
Yeah, I mean, yes, sir, Mr. Utsugi.
こちらから声をかけといて
I'm sorry you had to come all this
う。い
way.
いえ
It's
で
quite
は
all
ま
right.
た後ほ
Let's
ど
be in touch. Hmm. All right. He definitely has strangle marks around his neck. All right. You're sad, but you don't have to cry anymore. After all, I can give you a smile that will last forever. Emio, the Smiling Man. Famicom Detective Club. Ooh. So far, it's kind of drawn me in. It's a pretty good story. Kind of like to see where this goes. Better than I expected. Chapter 1, The Urban Legend. Alright. Utsugi Detective Agency.
あの被害者の様子
Wasn't easy to look at the victim, was it?
かなり
It never
奇妙な
is,
姿
but
でしたね
yeah. We got a few more details. The victim's name was Isuke Sasaki. He was just 15, still in middle school.
佐々木
Sasaki, the name I saw on the bicycle.
死因は首を
As
絞
you
められた
heard,
ことによる
the
窒息死
official cause of death was asphyxiation by
警
strangulation.
察は他
The
殺と見
police
ている
suspect
被
homicide.
害者には目立った外
There
傷
were
な
no
どはな
signs
か
of
っ
a
たようだ
struggle, which points to a surprise
顔見
attack
知りの犯
or
行か
someone the victim
あく
knew.
まで現時
That's
点での
just me
推測だ
speculating, though. Hmm.
しかし何より気に
In
なる
any
のが
case,
死
what
亡
I'm
し
most
た彼
concerned
のあの
about at this
姿
point is that paper bag.
はい
Right.
先生
What
は
do you think it
何か
means?
ああ実
The
は
thing is, I've
彼
seen
が
it before.
18年前に起きた
It
ある
must
事
have
件
been
の被害者
18
と
years
そっく
ago
りなん
now.
だよ
We had a rash of cases like this one. Victims
そ
found
の
with paper
その
bags
当時
on their heads?
ああそうだ
Exactly that.
今またあ
It's
んな
not
被害者
something
の
I thought
姿
I'd
を見
ever
る
see
とは
again.
思わない
There was an
18
incident
年前の
18
事件に
years
ついて
ago
聞
that
か
may
ない
be
のかい
relevant to this case. So I guess
18年前
it was 18 years
連
ago.
続少女殺人
Hafuko
事件が
City,
起きた
we had multiple victims, all young girls.
連続少女
All
殺人
girls?
事件
Hmm. There was
18
先生のグローブ
Mishusagi boxing gloves. They look cool hanging there.
僕もいつか
I hope I get one of these someday.
僕もいつか
I hope I get one of these someday.
そういえば
Come to think of it, we hardly ever use this radio.
この観葉植物
Mishusagi brought this
先生が持って
houseplant
帰っ
in for us. Right, well,
事務所の電話だ
it's the office phone.
So
We
then
got a
money.
working answering
This
machine a few
one?
years ago. Alright, well,
今日は掃除
it's
で
a
き
bit
て
of a
ない
mess. Cleaning hasn't been the top priority today. Well, this doesn't seem to be getting us anywhere. Let's think.
先生から話を聞
It
く
should probably stay focused on what Mr. Usagi has to say for now.
年齢はまちまちだが
Let's see. I believe we had
3
three
人の被害者は
victims,
全て
all girls
10代
between
の
the ages
女
of 13 and 19.
いずれも素手によって
And the
殺害
killer
された
used bare hands,
つまり
manual
虐殺だったと
strangulation.
しかもその全
When
員
we
が
found them, they all had
笑
paper
顔が
bags
描か
over
れ
their
た
heads
紙
with
袋を
smiling
かぶった
faces
姿で
drawn
発
on
見され
them.
たんだ
Oh,
少女たちは
we couldn't establish any connection between the victims. They were all just around the same age. And I'm sorry to say, we never solved the case. Their killer is still out there.
じゃあ
So we could be looking at it.
同一人物による犯
Yeah,
行の
it
可能
could be
性
the
は
same person. Yeah,
18年前の事件の
three
被害者
teenage girls strangled to death by a hand. What a nightmare.
18年前の被害者
All
た
of
ち
them
は
victims 18 years ago were
10代の
teenage girls.
18年前の被害
It
者
doesn't quite add up.
全員
Three
女の子
female victims 18 years ago, and now a
佐々木
middle school boy,
英介君は
Horace Yusuke Sasaki.
ここまでの情報の中で
It's a lot to take
被
in, I
害者
know.
について
But do you have any
何か
thoughts
思う
on the
ところ
case
は
so far?
あゆみちゃんもまだ来てないし
Ayumi's not here yet. I should stay focused with Mr. Itsugi for now.
今回の被害者
Why target a boy this time? If it was the same person.
今日あゆみちゃん18年前の事件の
Doesn't
被害
quite
者
add up. Why would a serial killer who targeted girls 18 years ago come back
そう
and
今回
target
の
a
被害
boy?
者は佐々木英介という
Daisuke Sasaki.
確かにそこはそう
Yeah, I'm asking myself the same
当時の
question.
事件の被害者
We
が
have to consider the
女の子ばかり
possibility
だっ
that
た
the
理由
previous
は
victims
不
all
明
being
のまま
female was a coincidence.
たまたまだったの
We
かも
always
し
look
れ
for a
ない
pattern, but we could be overthinking it. I wish we had a little more to work with. Still, I can't shake the feeling that there's a connection. I trust you've been keeping good notes. You never know when a seemingly trivial detail will make all the difference. Any important information you gather will automatically be recorded in your notebook. To open and review your notes, move the cursor to open notebook and press the A button. Why don't you open your notebook right now? Let me see if you've got everything. Alright, we'll open up the notebook. Aisuke Sasaki, 15 years old, junior high student. A student in Minami Dasan Junior High, the apparent victim of a murder. His body was found at the pump station at Kufuku City. Aisuke's cause of death was asphyxiation due to strangulation. It appears he was choked with a rope-like object. His estimated time of death was 9 p.m. A paper bag with smile drawn in was found on the victim's head. The conditions of Aisuke's body was similar to the victim of serial murders of girls 18 years ago in Kufuku City. Right. Junko Kuze, 26-year-old detective. Junko Kuze is a detective working on the Aisuke Sasaki case. Alright, now me. Shoch World. I'm 19 years old apparently. Assistant detective. An assistant detective at the Utsugi Detective Agency. Kimaharu Kamada, 55 years old, inspector. Inspector Kamada is the lead on the Aisuke Sasaki case. He's apparently known at Utsugi for a long time. And Mr. Utsugi. Shansuke Utsugi, 40 years old, private investigator, director of the Utsugi Detective Agency. He has known Inspector Kamada from the police force for a long time. I don't know, maybe it is significant that we now have a male victim.
留守電のメッセージは入っ
Oh, there's no voicemail. Okay.
先生から他
Was
に
there
聞くこと
something else he said that I'm missing?
あゆみちゃんもまだ来てないし
That must be Ayumi.
お疲れ様です。
Hi guys. Hey Ayumi.
何の話をしていたんですか
Am I interrupting something? You both look so serious.
僕と先生は
Utsagi and I told Ayumi everything we knew.
そ
You're
れって
joking, right?
まるで
That's an
エミオ
urban
の
legend.
話じゃないです
Haven't you
か
heard of Emio? You know, the smiling man?
エミオ
The smiling man.
あゆみちゃん、
Tell me
エミ
about
オ
the
って
smiling
何な
man,
の
Ayumi.
微笑みの笑みに男って書いて
You might
エ
also
ミオ
hear him called Emio,
都市伝
a
説の
name
一
that
つな
uses
の
the character for smile and man.
都市伝説。
And it's an urban legend?
笑顔が描かれた
Well,
紙
the
袋を
story
かぶっ
goes
た
that a man
男が
wearing a paper bag
悲
with a
しい
smiley
女の子
face
の
on
前
it
に現れる
appears
っ
in
てい
front
う
of a
んです
crying girl.
え
A paper
笑
bag
顔
with
が
a smiley
描かれ
face
た
on it.
紙袋。
Are you serious?
うんそうなの
Yes, of course.
エミオは笑
So
顔が
like I
描
said,
か
the
れた
smiling
紙
man
袋を
appears
か
in
ぶ
front
っ
of a
て
crying
泣い
girl
てい
with
る
a
女
paper
の子
bag
の
on
前
his
に
head,
現
and he
れ
says, "Ah, you look sad, but you don't have to cry anymore. After all, I can give you a smile that will last forever." Creepy.
そして女の子は殺されて
And they always find the
エミオ
victim
と同
afterwards
じ
with a
紙
paper
袋を
bag
かぶ
on
せ
her
られ
head,
たまま
just like the
その場
smiling man wore. Wow.
というのが最も
Anyway,
一般的な
that's
話
the
なの
most common version of the story.
まるでエミオの
It
話
sure
みた
does
い
sound like the smiling man urban legend.
エミオにも
You said
いろい
that's
ろ
the
な
most
話がある
common
のか
version
な
of the story.
他の
What are
都市
some other versions?
うん
Well,
出会
some
った
say that
時
if
に
you
笑え
stop
ば
crying
エミオ
and
はそのま
smile
ま
at the
立ち去
smiling
る
man,
という
He'll
話も
walk
あった
away
り、
instead of killing you.
エミオの素顔を見たら
But
殺され
I've
る
also heard that
とか。
if you look directly at his face, he's definitely going to kill you.
笑えば立ち去る。
So smile and he
顔を
walks
見れば
away.
殺さ
Look
れ
at
る。
his face and he kills you. Got it.
でも泣いている女の
It's
子の前
always
に
a
謝
crying
れ
girl
る
though.
と
All
いうの
versions
は
agree on that part. Huh.
都市伝説
So
か。
the thing about
口
urban
頭無形
legends
なものがほとん
is
どだ
that
が、
they're not
実
all
際に起きた事
legends.
件が背景に
Some
ある
of them
もの
hold
も
a
少なくない
some of them hold a kernel of
今回の
truth.
事件は
For
そ
now,
の
I'm
後者だ
treating
と
this
考
as
える
valuable
かなり複
information.
雑な背景があり
I'd
そ
say
う
we
だ
have a lot of work to do.
今回の
Let's
事件
split
に
up and get to
と
it.
いうところで
Oh,
これ
but
を二人
first,
に渡しておくよ
I'd like you to take these.
これは
Are those
携帯電話
cell phones? Cool.
これで連絡が取りや
Please
すく
be
な
in
るから
touch. If there are any developments, go on, take them. Alright, so we
あ
got
り
a
がとう
cell
ございま
phone.
す。
Thanks, I'll keep it close by.
ありがとうございます。
Yes, thank you.
さて僕
Now,
は
if
確
you'll
かめたい
excuse
こ
me,
とがあるから
I've got to go
出か
follow
け
up
て
on
調査
something.
内容の分担は
I'd like both of you
二
to
人で
work
相談して
together
決
and
めてほ
decide
し
the
い
best way to split up your research. Understood?
わ
Alright.
かりました。
Yes, sir. Understood.
いってらっしゃい先生。
Got it. See you later, sir. Alright.
あゆみちゃん、
So, how do you want to tackle this, Ayumi?
その
I
前
think we
に
should start by reviewing our
今日分かった
notes
ことを
and
整
seeing
理
if
して
there's anything we can deduce.
そうだ。
Good plan. Alright, so let's review.
今朝、遺体で
So,
発
we
見
have
さ
a
れた
victim.
佐々木くんは、
Daisuke Sasaki discovered this morning. Based on what we know so far, I suspect suicide. Based on what we know so far, I suspect homicide. It's definitely homicide.
その様子から、
Based on what we know so far, I suspect homicide.
ええ、そうね。
I think you're right.
そして、
Now,
佐々木くんは
I
発
wonder
見
what
さ
would
れ
have
た
happened if I would
時
have selected the other
笑
one.
顔が描かれた紙袋をかぶってい
Now,
た。
Daisuke was wearing a paper bag with a smile on it when he was
彼の
found.
その姿は、
And there's a certain similarity. It's just like the Smiling Man urban legend. It's like the real life case of the Smiling Man.
エミオ事件という、
It's like the real life case of the Smiling Man.
エミオは都市伝
Or
説
you mean
よ
the urban legend?
そうだったよね。
Yes, yes, of course. Maybe I should have
そし
said
てそ
urban
の都市
legend
伝
there.
説は、
But what if the urban legend
18年前に
is based on the
幸福市で起きた
actual murders that took place
連
18
続
years
少女
ago
殺人
in
事件を
Kafuku
連想
City?
させるエミオの都市伝説は18年前の事件が元となったものなのだろうか。
It's possible a horrible incident like that could have spawned such a morbid story, right?
その都市伝説と
Still,
佐
we
々木
need to
英介の
establish
殺
some
害
sort of connection.
今回の被害
The
者
victim
は
was a boy, right?
そうなんだ。
That's right. And all
先生の
three
話によ
victims
れ
in the
ば
older cases were
18年前
girls,
の事件
according to Mr.
で
Utsugi.
も
Yeah,
無関
it
係
doesn't
と
seem
は思え
likely
ないわ
that that
ね。
was only a coincidence. It's probably relevant.
佐々木くんは
That
同
poor
じよう
kid,
な紙袋を
Isuki,
かぶせられ
covered
てい
in
た
one
ん
of
だ
those
もの。
horrible paper bags. Yeah.
他に何か気になるこ
Was
とは
there
なかった
anything
の？
else in your mind? Or on your mind?
Uh,
今日は掃除で
Zip
き
it
て
out. That's not what I meant by.
私は現場を見ていないから
I wasn't at the
何
scene
と
of the
も言えない
crime,
わ。
so I only know what you've told me so far.
私は現場を見て
From the notebook. Smiling Man. Emio the Smiling Man is a famous urban legend. Supposedly the Smiling Man appears in front of crying girls with a paper bag on his head with a smiling face drawn on it. He tells the girls that they don't have to cry anymore because he will give them a permanent smile. Then he kills them. The story goes that Smiling Man leaves his victims where they were killed with the same type of paper bag on their head that he wears. The story of the Smiling Man is easily reminiscent of the real series of murders that took place 18 years ago. Some say that if you laugh when you meet him, the Smiling Man won't kill you. Others say if you see his face, then he will kill you. Ayumi Tachibana. 19 years old, assistant detective, an assistant detective at the Itsugi Detective Agency. Alright. Now where were we? Well, let's think.
他に気になる
What am I missing?
そういえば
Oh, I
今
should
回の
mention
事件の
that
担当
when
刑
we
事の
met the detective assigned to the case,
クゼっていう女性
her
の
name
刑事さんの
Kuze.
ことを
Utsugi
先生が
seemed
知って
to
いるみたいなんだ
recognize her from somewhere.
先生は何とおっしゃってるの？
Has Mr. Utsugi worked with her before?
実は聞きそび
I'm
れちゃ
not
って
sure. I didn't ask.
そうなのね。
Huh.
とりあえずどうしましょ
Well,
うか。
where do we go from here?
私は現場を見て
Oh,
い
was
ない
it? Okay. Let's see. Pictures. We don't have a picture or anything
あゆ
anywhere,
みち
do
ゃんの
we?
後ろの棚
We've got to organize these shelves behind Ayumi. Nope, it doesn't look like there's any. Alright, let's use the phone. Oh, Mr. Utsugi?
はい、宇津木です。
This is Utsugi. What's going on? Has there been a development?
いえ
Ah,
携帯
no,
電
sorry
話を
about
試しに
that.
使っ
I'm
て
just
みた
getting
ん
the
です
hang of the cell phone.
だが
It's pretty convenient.
電波が届く場所じゃない
Yes,
と
well, keep
繋
in
がら
mind
な
that
い
we
から
can use
そこは注
we
意
can
が
only
必要
use
だよ。
it in places with a strong enough
Sorry,
signal. Well then, talk later. That definitely wasn't what we needed to do.
先生戻
No,
ってき
Mr.
てください
Utsugi,
よ
come back. We can't live without you. Kidding.
何言っ
What
て
are
る
you
の？
talking about? That's weird.
私は現場を見ていないから。
Alright, we know she wasn't. Okay, look, examine, where? Surroundings.
今日は掃除で
It's a
きて
bit
い
of a
ない
mess. Cleaning hasn't been a top priority today. Alright, so we're looking somewhere else. So let's see. Is there something that will.
事務所の電話だ
Office phone, we got a working answering machine a few years ago. Okay, so nothing there.
留守電のメッセージは入っていない
There are no voicemails. Surroundings. Phone, think.
そうだな
Great question.
Mazu,
Wish I had the
何せよ
answer. Well,
情報が
maybe
全
it's
く
worth
足りてないから
checking in with the police
警察
again.
署に行って
Forensics could have
話を
dug something up by now.
じゃあ私は
Good idea.
佐
If
々
it's
木
all
君の
right with
最
you,
近の様
I
子と
think
か
I'll
を
try
調
to
べて
find
み
out
るこ
more
とに
about
す
the
るわ。
victim.
頼んだよ
That would be helpful. Thanks. All
先生がいなくてももう
starting to
心
get more
細くなって
comfortable
ないぞ
even when it's Mr. Utsagi isn't around.
警察署へ向かおう
Let's head to the police station. Travel, there we go. Travel to the
じゃあ
police
行
station.
ってくるよ
Alright, see you later.
私
Good luck.
私たちって探
I
偵
don't
とし
think
て
we're
ま
ready
だま
for
だだ
that
け
yet,
ど、
but
二
if
人
we
で
keep
力を
working
合わせて
together,
頑張ろう
maybe
ね。
one day. Oh, that was weird.
そうだね
Yeah, right.
じゃあまた後でね。
Okay, I'm off. See you later. I missed something there. Police station.
鎌田警部はいるだ
Wonder
ろう
if
か
Inspector Kameda is even here.
近くにいる人に聞いて
I
み
should
た
try talking to someone nearby.
あ近くに不
I'll
謹慎
see
がいそう
if one of these officers can
Ano,
help.
お忙し
Excuse
いと
me,
ころ
I'm
すみま
sorry
せ
to
ん
bother you, but could you help me out?
こんにちは。
Hello, sir. How can I help?
あの
Do you know
鎌
if
田
the
警部
inspector is available? You must mean
Kamada
Inspector
Keibu
Kameda, right?
はい
Ah,
実は
yes,
僕
sorry about that. Actually,
ちょっと待って。
where do you know him from? Haven't we met before? Uh,
どこで会ったんだっ
you're so familiar, but... Thing to look at.
鎌田警部の姿
No
は
sign of Inspector Kameda. Think.
言われてみれば
She seems to think she recognizes my face. New there.
どこで会ったんだっ
You're
け
so familiar, but... She looks pretty sharp in her uniform. Not hold anything that says her name or anything like that. Let's not do that now. Think. How do we know each other? It's not her. Good thing.
Konnichiwa.
Hello, yes, what are you looking at?
どこで会ったんだっ
You're so familiar, but...
誰だっけ
How do we know each other? Let's look at the notebook again. Let's see... Kitsugi... Me... No sign of Inspector Kameda.
どこで会ったんだっけこんにちは
Hello, yes, what do you, okay, whenever we do that, it just does that, so nothing there. So look and examine surroundings. No sign of Inspector Kameda. Where? I feel like there's something we need to spot, maybe. Sign of Inspector Kameda, unfortunately. Doesn't seem to be anything we can do with that. We can't use phone, right? Nope. We'll think again. How do we know each other? Save the investigation. Right. So...
どこで会ったんだっけ
You're so familiar, but...
誰だっけ
Where's your Kamada? We're kind of stuck here.
どこで会ったんだ
You're so familiar, but I feel like we did everything.
鎌田警部の姿は今はやめておこう
Can't use the phone. Do we think it just... How do we know each other? We look through the notebook. So the only thing we can really do is look around. She looks familiar. She's... Oh, maybe I just had to keep doing that. Alright, I think we figured it out.
あの時のも
It's you! Yes, that's me, and
あ
you
なたは
are?
確か
はい宇津木
With
探
the
偵事務
Tsugi
所の
Detective Agency, that's right.
と
I'm sorry, you
なんて
look
いう名
familiar,
前だっ
but
たか
I
し
don't
ら
remember your name.
僕
Oh,
は
that's alright. I'm Shoj World.
あ
She's like, ah, that's a weird name. Of course, great to see you, Shoj.
お久しぶりです
It's been a while.
こち
Did
ら
you
に
transfer
転
to
勤さ
this
れ
precinct?
たそれに
I
メ
mean,
ガネをかけてい
I
らっしゃ
should
る
have
から
recognized you right
すぐに
away.
気
I
づきま
suppose
せ
it
ん
was
で
the
した
glasses that threw me off.
そうなの
Oh, right. I usually wear contacts,
少し前に
and
こっちに来たのよ。
yeah, I transferred here a while back.
相変わらず素敵な不
I
敬さん
remember her being a pretty sharp investigator.
鎌田警部から
All right, Inspector
誰か訪
Komeda
ねてくるか
did
もしれ
mention
な
that
い
someone might be
聞いて
coming
いたけ
by.
ど
I suppose
今
it's you.
担当の
I'll go
刑
see
事
if
を
he's
呼ぶ
available. All right. Well, well. Is this the supposed PI? Who's this?
この人確か
It's the guy Kuze was yelling at this morning.
鎌田警部は打ち合わ
Just
せ
kidding,
中だ
buddy.
からこの
But
僕は君の
Inspector
相手を
Komeda is
任せ
busy
る
right now, so I've been assigned to help you
は
out.
じめまして
The name's
上原大輔です
Daisuke Kamahara. Daisuke Kamahara.
上原の神は
You can call me
上じゃなくて
Dice if you
神が
want. Most people want.
こんにちは
Okay, well, I'm
宇津木探偵
Shojworld.
事務所の
I'm with the Utsugi Detective Agency. I bet he's in our notebook now. Maybe both of them are. See, others. Oh, yep, it shows her, police officer. I didn't remember her name. Used to work at a different station, recognized shows from the past. She was wearing glasses, but she normally wears contacts. Okay. Kamada is Detective Kuze, Detective. I don't know why I had that one again. It has me again, too. Acquainted with the police officer that was in the lobby of the Kufuka City Police Department from a previous case. And Detective Kamihara is working the Suki case. Daisuke Kamihara, although we're just going to call him Dice. Alright. Let's keep it going, keep it going. Alright, let's listen. Let me use my brilliant intuition to deduce why you're here. Scoping out that murder, right?
はい
That's right.
お忙しい
Normally
中
we'd give your
恐縮
team
な
a
のですが
little more space, but the case is already so unusual.
オッケーオッケー
Don't even sweat it. I'm your guy. Hit me up. I'll tell you anything, and I mean anything.
あ
Ah. I meant about the victim. Although, sure, I'll take personal questions too.
いきなりここで
Why is he like this? Sorry to jump in, but
上原
you're
刑
going to need to
事
take this conversation somewhere else.
そうです
Fine.
よね
We can follow
こんなところ
procedure
で
if
な
you
んて
insist.
ね
Thank you so much. Right this way, boy detective, to the
どうぞ
fabulous interrogation chamber.
隊
Is
長
this guy for real?
探偵くん
And really, boy detective? Well, maybe I can get something useful.
どうぞ
Help yourself.
あどうもあ
Oh,
りがとうござい
thanks.
ます
I could use some tea.
さっさ
Yeah, enjoy it, bro. She never makes fresh tea for me. Right. So, about the case.
そりゃそうだ
Right, right. Not like you came here for tea, huh? Right. Am I right?
さて
Fine. Where do you want to start?
被害者の名前や年
You
齢
already have a
は
few
もう知って
details, right?
るかな
Victim's name and age?
はい
That's right. His name's Aisuke Sasake. He was only 15 years old. I visited the scene this morning.
お
Yeah, I saw you there.
そうです
And I saw you there getting verbally spanked by Detective Kuze in front of everyone.
佐々木英介は
So the kid apparently rode his bike there.
夜遅くに
We
自転車で
recovered it
現場まで
at the site. That's right. I saw a bike with the name Sasake on it.
そう
Yeah, it was mixed in with all the garbage. Such a shame. It's a pretty nice
気づ
bike.
いてたんだね
Look at you noticing things. Real detective shit. Well,
刑事の
I
俺
mean,
より優
you're
秀
still
じゃ
not a
ん
real detective. That would be me. Great.
昨日の午後
They're telling us it was around 9 p.m. last night. At that time, it would have been pitch black out there. No streetlights at all. Great murder spot, obviously. We still don't know why the kid would have been out there at that time, of course. We found the body at the pumping station, deserted location, you know. You know? You were there. I think it was one of those early morning joggers that found it. Joggers always finding bodies. We still have no idea what the kid was doing out there at that time of night, but we haven't ruled out that someone driving by may have seen something. It's right next to the road. Doesn't look like there's going to be anything to look at here. The tea. That tea that officer made smells terrific. Alright, well, nothing there. Let's take the tea.
いただきます。
Cheers.
どううまい お
Uh,
姉さんが
not
入れて
bad,
くれた
right?
お茶は
Bet you don't get to enjoy tea from a beautiful lady often.
あ、はい。とても。
Yeah, it's good. Hits the spot.
いいな
Fresh tea, and she didn't bring me a cup. I'll ask for one in a little bit, I guess.
断られるような気がす
Guessing
る。
he's going to get a no.
楽しみだな
I can't wait.
上原刑事から話を
I should keep listening to Detective Kamihara. Alright, well, let's get him to talk some more.
でもさ
I mean, it's crazy, right?
そんな時間
Would I have
そん
gone
な場所
out
に
there as a middle
しかも
schooler at that
男子
hour?
中学生が行くと
Probably
な
not.
んであんなところへ行ったんだろう
This whole thing is depressing. They're telling. Okay, that's the same thing you said before.
被害者の佐々木英
As
介
you know,
は
the victim had a paper bag over his head when we found him.
笑顔が描かれた紙
Not just any paper bag, right? It had a smiley face on it.
そう
Yeah, it was creepy as hell,
しかも
man.
その紙袋
And the bag
どうやら
was all
結構
dank
古
and
いものみ
old
たいで
too.
さ
I'd die. What do you mean by dank and old?
科捜研で詳し
Ah,
く調べて
forensics
ると
is
ころだ
taking a
よ
look at it now. I don't know.
鑑
It just
定
looked
結果が出
gross
る
to
まで
me.
はちょっと
But we'll see what they find.
ちなみに
Yeah,
今回
so
の被害者
did
が
you
発
hear
見
that
さ
there
れた
was
状況って
some murders like this a while back?
18年前の
I did. You're talking about the young girls that were killed 18 years ago?
その通り
It's like you already know everything.
何でも知って
That's our
る
boy detective.
今回も探偵
This guy keeps pushing that button.
その事件でも
So I guess you already
遺体の
knew
頭
that
に
those
笑顔
victims
が
had
描か
paper
れた
bags with
紙袋
smiley
をかぶ
faces
せられ
too,
ていた
Mr. Smarty Pants.
そっち関係も含
Thought
め
so.
て
Anyways,
多方面から捜査
that's
していく
obviously
ことに
going
な
to
りそうだ
figure into the investigation.
複雑な事
Right.
件
Well,
ですよね。
it's a complicated case.
18年前の事件の
So
被害
riddle me
者は
this, boy
全員
detective.
女の
All those victims were girls, and serial
だから
killers love their
でも
patterns.
今回の事件の
But
被
our
害
victim
者
is a boy.
ねえ探偵君
Strange, isn't it?
はい。
Yeah, it is.
18年前の事
But
件の
there's
被害
another
者
major
たちと
difference between those
今回の
victims
事件の
and
被害
ours
者には
that I bet you
どう
haven't thought
な
of.
んだか
Care to hazard a guess?
それは
Well, the current victim is a different age. They were strangled differently. They were strangled differently because he was strangled with a rope and the girls were strangled by hand.
殺害方法が
They
違
were
う。
strangled differently.
さ
Survey says
大正解
you're right, huh?
お見事
maybe you are a full-grown detective after all.
紐状のもので
The victim could have been strangled with rope or a cord, some kind of string.
そうだ。
The
18
previous
年前は
victims
す
were
でに
killed
殺人
barehanded,
そして
but
佐々木英介
Asuke
は
Sasaki was strangled with a rope or string.
首を絞められて
Ding,
殺害され
ding,
たって
There
の
was a
は
murder
同じだけ
weapon
ど
18 years ago.
凶器
Pretty
の
big
有無に
difference if you ask
違いがあ
me.
るんだよね
Or there was no murder weapon.
18年前の事
We're
件も
obviously
含め
going to take
多方面から捜査して
everything
いく
into
ことになりそう
consideration,
だよ
including those murders from 18 years ago.
18年前
You want to talk
か
about 18 years ago?
探偵君
Huh.
は当時のことを
Why-
覚えてる
Were you even alive at that time?
あ、いえ。
I mean,
僕が
technically, I was
1歳ぐらい
1 years old.
そっかそっか
I knew you were
や
a
っぱ
baby,
見た目
and
通
here
り
you
若い
are,
んだね
full-fledged private
僕も
investigator.
探偵になれ
Maybe
ば
I
よか
should
っ
have
た
been
か
a
な
PI. It must be cool to not have to play by the rules.
家内先輩
Be certain someone wouldn't be breathing down my neck all the time.
そうだ
Hey, I'm
探偵君の
serious.
ところで
You think your boss would take me on?
上原刑事
Wait,
は
do you remember anything about that
当時の
case from the
事件
18 years ago?
僕は当時小
Yep,
学生
I was in
だったけど
elementary school, and it was all over the news. The victims weren't much older than
僕
me.
らがっていうより
I wasn't worried about it, but the school and everyone's parents sure were. They made us walk to school in groups, and they had a whole neighborhood watch thing
そ
going.
の様子は
It was like we were in a parade. Ridiculous.
ほう
Really?
イメージねイメージ
No, not really. It's called a metaphor. Try to keep up. Anyway, every day we'd gather in the gym to make sure we were all there. Sometimes one kid would be missing. Boy, did that cause a panic.
そりゃそうなりますよ
Well, sure.
もちろん僕
Yeah,
は
sometimes it was me.
先生
I could hear them
神原
yelling
君がいま
out for me and scrambling everywhere looking. Sounds super annoying.
せん学校まで子供
Of
を
course,
迎え
some
に来る
parents
保護
would
者も
just
いた
pick
し
their kids up from school to avoid it all.
今改めて思うと
When I think back,
す
I
ごく
guess I was pretty
守られてた
sheltered.
な
Sorry to all the teachers I
と
annoyed.
まあそんなこんな
Anyway,
で子供
since all the kids were
が日が暮れ
safely
る前に
inside before
犯
sundown,
人も商
I
売
guess we
上が
didn't
った
give
っ
the
てね
killer anyone to kill.
商売は変だ
Maybe I should workshop that joke. Yeah.
18年前の事
For
件も
okay. So it's the same thing there.
ただね
You know,
当時の被害者
I
たちが
really don't
奇妙な
remember the
服を
whole
かぶせら
paper
れ
bag
た
part of the story.
そうなの
Huh.
うん
Yeah, I mean, it's been 18 years. I guess I just forgot. But it was pretty shocking. How could I forget that? Paper bags, really? I feel like I would remember that. Alright, so that might be it for... Alright, let's have another sip of tea.
美味しいお茶だ
That
な
tea hit the spot. I feel kind of bad she didn't bring a cup for him, though. Must be so good. Let's drink some more. Alright, so the same thing there. Let's think.
18年前に
He was in elementary school 18 years ago. How old is he? Alright, we did get something new in the notebook. We learned that he had traveled to the pump station on the bicycle. And the paper bag that covered his head was apparently fairly old. And then he was in elementary school at the time of the serial murders of girls 18 years ago. He didn't know about the paper bags found on the victims. Okay. I don't think there's anything to look at. Paper bags, really. I feel like I would remember that.
紙袋の何何
Didn't work.
美味しいお茶だな
The T is saying the same thing. I could
ここで
use the
電話を使う
phone.
のよ
No.
この刑事さん何歳なの
I wonder how old he is. Okay, so we did all those. So, surrounding.
会議室のような広い部屋だ会議室のよ
紙袋のことは紙袋のことは紙袋のこと
Alright, he's just doing the same thing over and over. He looks like an experienced detective, maybe a bit young. He's a real oddball. I wonder if he's heard the Smiling Man urban legend. I'd say he's old enough to have heard it. Alright, we figured it. Smiling
上
Man.
原刑事は
Detective Kamihara, are you familiar with the urban legend known as the Smiling Man? Did you say the Smiling
はい
Man?
微
I
笑
did,
みの
you
意
know.
味に
Like a man who's smiling? They call him Emio sometimes? Man, I don't know. What's the story behind it?
僕は上原刑
I
事
explained the whole thing to Detective Kamihara, just the way Ayumi explained it to me. Whoa. I see what you mean about the similarities between that story and this case. Is there any connection? It couldn't just be a coincidence, could it? Did I sound like I was deducing something awesome just then? I did, right?
はい多分
Maybe, I guess. I totally did. Anyways, joking aside, that's definitely something to think about. So, thanks for sharing. I'm filing that away. Or to pin down what he might be thinking. Yeah, the Smiling Man legend is pretty similar to this case and to the murders from 18 years ago. Urban legends, man. Right. Nothing there. Let's think.
刑事
Stood
さんが
silent.
黙り込んじゃった
What's up with that?
表情が険
It's a
しく
pretty grim face he's making now.
表情が
Let's have some more tea.
お茶を飲める雰囲気
It's
じゃな
not
く
the
なっ
most
ちゃった
relaxing setting for a cup of tea.
お茶を飲める雰囲気じゃ
Why
ない
is he making it so tense in here?
お茶を飲める雰囲気じゃない表情が
Sorry, let's go back to asking now. Hello. Bit of a snap out of it, maybe? Oh, just getting all Nowhere to look. Look at the
会議室のよ
surroundings.
うな
I think we taken all that. Did we put anything else in the notebook? Probably. He has never heard of the urban legend of Emio the Smiling Man.
ここで電話を使うの
What a good time for a phone call.
表情が
It's a pretty grim face he's making now.
お茶を飲める雰囲気お茶を飲める
Hello? Hello? Snap out of it? Still just saying, Weird.
会議室のような表情が
So that doesn't seem to be doing. It won't let me use the phone.
お茶を飲める雰囲気じゃお茶を飲める雰囲気じゃ会議室のような広
Oops, I meant to do this one. Let's see. Why is he staring at me like that? So intensely.
きっと何かに気づいたん
He
だ
might have an observation to share. Maybe he's more of a detective than I'm giving him credit for. Alright. You know, now that I think about it, there's one other thing we haven't considered.
はい
Go on?
探偵君
Well, it's just
あの不警察
the officer who was just here seemed like she kind of liked you, didn't it?
いいな
Oh, I'm jealous.
え
She's
本当に
hot,
素敵
right?
だよね
A woman that hot and she wears a
ある
police
種の
uniform?
都市伝
Now
説だよ
that's a
ね
legend. Oh boy.
彼女がここに
I'm
転
so
勤
glad
して
she
きてくれて
transferred
よ
to
かっ
this
た
division.
運命の出会い
It's like
てか
destiny.
と
Oh, wow.
さすが
And
は
that's why they call me
神原
Dice.
ほんと
I sure am a
ついて
lucky bastard,
マ
I
ジ
tell you.
神
What? Oh, he's in trouble now. Oh, hi there, madame.
お疲れ
Didn't see you
お
there.
疲れ様ですじゃないで
Madame,
しょ
what's that supposed to
あん
mean?
た何くだらないことくっちゃべっ
What are
て
you
んの
two
よ
blathering
真
about?
面目に仕
Do
事
your
しな
job.
さい
We've got a murder to solve.
違うんで
No,
す
it's not what you
この
think.
子が
I
うち
mean,
の不
maybe
警
it
さんが
is.
素敵
The
だな
guy
なん
won't
て言
shut
うん
up
だか
about how
ら
hot our coworker
入
is.
っていいな
He's all,
みたい
ooh,
な
and the uniform is the piece de resistance. What?
そんじゃ
Anyway,
自分は
I'll get back to
失礼し
work.
ます
Toodles.
よろしく
Have fun, buddy.
出て行ってしまった
He's leaving just like that.
たくも
Sorry about that.
今朝はごめんなさい
Anyways, sorry about this morning as well.
あの
Oh, okay.
あまだ
I guess I
名乗
haven't
ってな
even
かった
really introduced myself.
捜査一課の久
I'm
世純子
Detective
です
Kuze. Junko Kuze. Investigation Division 1. Nice to meet you. Oh,
宇津木探
I'm
偵
from
事
the
務所の
Utsugi Detective Agency,
今朝は
Shoach
お
World.
邪魔をしてす
Sorry
み
to
ません
bother
でし
you
た
this morning.
あなたのこと
No,
うちが
no,
呼ん
it's
だ
my
って知ら
fault.
なか
I
った
didn't realize the inspector had called you guys in.
いえそんな
It's no problem at all.
ただし
That said,
私の仕事の邪魔だけ
don't
は
get in
し
my
ないで
way,
ちょうだい
understand? Oh,
はい
right, of course. So,
ごめんなさい
sorry,
仕事が
I
あ
have
る
to
から
work
失
to
礼
do. Excuse me.
言ってしまった
And she's gone.
そう
I guess it's... Maybe I should ask if Inspector Kameda is still busy, just in case. What's this?
お願いします
Come on, just one cup, okay?
茶なら自分で入れて
Why
くだ
don't you
さい
brew it yourself?
そんな
It's Detective Kamihara. I just really want you to brew it for me.
本当に言うな
I can't believe he's begging like that.
そうすれば
It's for the good of the investigation, trust me. Oof.
探偵
Oh, hey, boy detective. Are you really leaving already? Okay, bye, I guess.
やっぱり断られてた
Hit that one on the nose. Shrug it off, Dice.
見てたのね
You
今の
you saw all that? Huh. Yeah, but I have some unrelated questions.
じゃあ向こう
All
で
right,
話しまし
all
ょ
right.
う
Let's find somewhere to talk.
上原刑事からちゃんと話
So,
は
were you
聞
able to
け
get some info from Detective Kamihara?
はい一応
Yeah, more or less. Hmm.
すみません
I was wondering if Inspector Kameda is
たごめん
available.
なさい
I'm sorry, but I'm told his meeting is running long.
あそうですか
Ah, I see.
出直した
Maybe I should come back tomorrow.
いろんな刑事を見て
I've
きた
worked
け
with a
ど
lot of detectives, but that one, well, he's something special. You might not want to follow in his footsteps, if you catch my drift. Noted.
いつ見ても
She's as lovely as ever.
鎌田警部の姿
There's no sign of Inspector Kameda. Let's
ま
think.
た明日にでも出直そう
Let's come. Okay, so we're gonna come back tomorrow. So,
どうしたの
what's wrong?
あなた
You've grown up a bit, haven't you?
背も伸びたんじゃないか
Have you
しら
gotten taller too?
背も伸びたんじゃない
Alright, so I think that's it for that.
ああいう大人にな
Don't did it. Okay, so I think we're done here. So we'll head to the back to the detective agent. If you excuse me, I should head out. Please give Inspector Kamada my thanks for his help.
気をつけて帰るのよ
Sounds good. Safe travels. Utsugi Detective Agency. Alright, we're back at the detective agency.
ただいま戻りました
Hello, I'm back.
おかえり
Ah, welcome
お
back,
帰りな
Shoch.
さい
Welcome back.
君今日
So,
の調
how
査
did it
は
go today?
僕は警
Well,
察署
I
に
went to the
話を聞
precinct to
き
see
に行
what
っ
I
てき
could
ました
find out.
鎌田警部は会議
But
中だったの
Inspector
で
Kameda was in a meeting all day, so I spoke with Detective Kamihara instead.
そうか
So
お
that's
疲れ様
well, thanks for tracking
あ
someone
ゆみちゃ
down.
ん君は
Ayumi, what about you?
私は佐
Sure.
々木くんの
Well,
家に行って
I went to see the
話す
victim's
佐々
family.
木家はごく
The
普通の
Sasaki
家
family
庭環境
was
だと
very
感
nice
じら
and
れました
welcoming. I felt like it was a good family
すご
home.
く辛いさ
And
なかなの
considering
に
their terrible loss,
真実を
they
知
were
り
so
たいからと
generous
いっ
with
て
their help.
ご
They
家
really
族
want to know what
佐
happened.
々木くんやご家
It's
族
just
にトラブ
senseless,
ル
you
などは
know.
なかったようです
Asuke wasn't in any sort of trouble. He was just a regular kid.
ただ
It's just what?
夕べ遅くに帰ってきた
Well,
佐々木くん
his
は
family said that
そのまま
when
部
he
屋
came
に
home
閉じ
that
こもっ
night,
て出て
he
こなかっ
locked
た
himself in
今
his
まで
room.
そんなことなか
They
った
said
み
he'd
たい
never
で
done anything
ご
like
家
that
族も
before.
戸惑ってい
They
たそう
weren't
で
sure
す
what it was all
呼
about.
びかけても返事が
He
ない
wasn't
ので
responding,
様子
so
を見
they
る
were
こと
about
に
to
した
try
よ
and
うな
lock
の
in
に
the door,
8時
but
頃お母さん
at
が
around 8 p.m., his
玄
mother
関
heard a
付近
noise
で
at the
物
front
音に
door.
気づき見てみ
She
る
went
と
to check, and
受話器を持った
it was
学校の制
Isuke,
服
still
を着た
wearing
ま
his
ま
school
の佐々木くん
uniform,
がいたそうな
holding
ん
a
です
telephone receiver.
す
So he hadn't been in his room after all? He dropped the phone in surprise when he noticed her. Then he locked himself in his room for real. Interesting. I wonder who he was talking to. Yeah, great question. His family didn't know. Anyhow, it seems as if he snuck out again after that without his family noticing. And that's all I have for now. I'll keep digging. What in the world happened to this poor kid? You know, I've been digging into the cold case from 18 years ago a bit more, and I'm concerned. You see, the police never made all the details public, in particular, the use of paper bags. Oh, so that's why Detective Kamihara didn't remember anything about it. You know why they withheld that information? Well, I have an idea, but it would be better to speak to Kameda about it himself. Yeah, I understand. We're going to talk to Kameda about it. Regardless of the reason why, if the police didn't release those details at the time, then it seems a bit of a stretch to assume that the case is connected to the Smiling Man urban legend. But the legend almost has to be connected to the current case, doesn't it? In some way? Well, I do think I need to fully understand the urban legend if I'm going to solve the case. You, specifically? Well, yes. I'm fascinated by the case of the Smiling Man, and I want to take a deeper dive into it. Now then, I'd like to have the two of you review what you have learned from today's research. You got it, shall we, Shoj? Alright, so let's review. So we have a victim, Aisuke Sasaki, who was found with a paper bag on his head with a smiley face on it. A series of similar crimes take place. 18 years ago? 18 years ago. Yes, that's right. Precisely. The case from 18 years ago involved 3 murders. And the victims all had one thing in common. All of them were teenage girls. All of them were teenage girls. It's so terrible to think about. So, the killer from 18 years ago was never caught, and the information about the paper bags was never made public, so only a handful of people know about it. The killer, the families of the victims, the police who were investigating, and whoever found the bodies. What does it all add up to? Do you really have any thoughts based on the info you have so far? Well, I suppose what I could say at this stage is... we have no idea. I have no idea who killed Aisuke. I wouldn't expect you to solve the case this quickly. Sounds like that's a wrap on our investigation for the day. It feels like comparing notes really helped. We're working together well. I agree. I'm counting on both of you. Alright, let's split up and continue the investigation tomorrow. I'll head to Aisuke's middle school and see what I can learn. I think I'll see what else I can get from the police. Excellent. Good luck out there. Alright, is that going to be the end of chapter 1, I take it? Yep, moving on to chapter 2, disappearance. Alright, gamers, I think that's where we're going to finish this video. And I was wondering if this game was going to surprise me, and so far I'm pretty interested. The story seems, you know, pretty fun. I kind of want to see where it goes. But we're going to wrap this up for now. Do me a favor, if you're new, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think of the game. Are you going to jump in and get this game when it releases and play it? Shoj World, out.